This is problem 3.08 from Francois Tardieu's Backgammon Strategic Concepts book from Chapter 3, Playing with or Against a Lone Back Checker. Here's the position. We're green. We've rolled a 5-1. Our home board's in the bottom right. Look at the two top moves and try to figure out which one is best and why. I'll give you my quick observations on each of the moves. We'll look at some of Tardieu's key points, as well as Tardieu's expert analysis, getting feedback from XG. We'll look at Tardieu's summary, and then I'll modify the position, which raises a few questions. Finally, at the end of the video, I'll show you a YouTube channel that I highly recommend, Sunny Florida Backgammon Club's YouTube channel, which goes over one of the playlists he has. He goes over every problem in Tardieu's book. Some priorities to keep in mind when playing with a lone back checker like we have here. We should maintain the advantage of this lone back checker as long as possible, even if it slightly decreases our flexibility. So the advantage we have is that we can get this guy out pretty easily. And also we can hang back and cause trouble for white if he has to make an awkward move and expose. We can still hang back there. And if we don't get that chance, then we can run out pretty easily. A lot easier than with two checkers back. We should avoid leaving ourselves exposed on desirable points. We should, if we're ahead in the race, we should run to safety if possible to the midpoint. If we get a 6-5, let's say. Or if we get a roll where we can get halfway going, we're way ahead in the race, then we might want to consider at least getting our escape started. Here's the first possible move, 24-18, like this. This mobilizes our lone back checker, it gets him moving. Races when we're ahead in the race. We'll be ahead by 17 pips after the move. We're running when we have the stronger home board. We have 3 points covered in our home board. White's got 2. We're leaving a vulnerable blot on a desirable point for white, however, their bar point. That's not good. Second possible move is to step up 24-23 and bring one down from the midpoint 13-8 like this. This takes a checker off our stacked midpoint, leaves no blots on desirable points. The only blot we'll have is this blot on the 23 point, which white isn't too thrilled about getting. It only gives us minor improvement of our position, and it's still fairly difficult for us to escape this back checker after this move. Compare both moves, both positions. Look at the features of each position, the pip count, the strength of each player's board, the threats facing each player. Decide which one looks best to you. Let's see what Tardieu and XG have to say. For the move where we're moving up 24-23 and bringing one down from the midpoint 13-8 like this, Tardieu says, this play is not too bad, protecting our racing lead while unstacking the midpoint and improving our flexibility. Playing 24-23 will help prevent white from using a checker on their stripped 8 point here as a builder for their 7, 4, or 3 points. If they have to do that, they're going to be breaking this point, which is going to give us a shot. While we do reduce white's mobility and options to play 6s out their 8 point, staying on the 23 exposes us further to white's attacking checkers and doesn't get us very far in our bid for freedom. Second move, 24-18, like this, is the best and highest rated move by Tardieu and XG. By running out to the 18 point, we're taking a chance at escaping at a relatively low cost. If white doesn't hit us, we're in direct reach of our midpoint and can break any dangerous contact immediately. If we don't get hit, we can go to our midpoint or pass and hopefully escape. And we're ahead in the race. If white does hit us on the 18, they won't be able to build an inside point in their board. So if they hit us here, they're not going to be able to make another point here right now. What's more, their 8, 9, and 13 points are stripped. So they'll need to break one of those points if they do hit us, and that gives us some return shots. 24-18 is the most proactive, doing the most to escape our last back checker. It's even better when we have a stronger inner board, which we do. We've got 3 points covered. White's only got 2. So if we get into a hitting contest, we're going to be favored to win that because we'll have more points covered on our home board, which gives us the advantage in a hitting contest. The priorities Tardieu mentioned, well, we are unfortunately leaving ourselves exposed on a good desirable point for white, the bar point. So that's not good. However, we're leading the race and we can partially escape, so we should take the chance now. It's not a great roll. That's the best we can do with it. Tardieu's summary: when you can't be constructive with the roll, forcing your opponent to break their own structure to take the initiative can be the least bad option. So it's not a great roll, but you got something that can possibly work. A simple way of finding the right play is to put yourself in your opponent's shoes and make the play that looks the strongest and most threatening when it works. So if we don't get hit here, we'll be ahead in the race, and we're very likely to escape, come around, and win the game. I modify the position, move checkers off of white's 5 and 6 points to their 3 point. See what happens. When we do that, if we move checkers from white's 6 point and 5 point to their 3 point, XG tells us to bring a checker down from our 13 point and step up slightly 24-23 or move 6-5. They're about rated the same. So we're going to come down here and either go 6-5 or 24-23. Moving 24-18, like we did in the original position, and leaving ourselves exposed on white's bar point is now an error. I believe this tells us that white's position is now inflexible, and we should hang back and give white the chance to roll awkwardly. I think I'm interpreting this correctly, but I might be missing something. Let me know if you agree or not, or if you have a question or a comment. All feedback is welcome. Check out Sunny Florida Backgammon Club's YouTube channel. They've got lessons on every problem in the book, Tardieu's book. Gary Koscielny, elite level player and teacher, covers strategic concepts from the book. These advanced lessons will provide players with a better understanding of how to play the opening, how to play the blitz, a blitzing game, a priming game, prime versus prime, and back games. Many interesting plays and examples are included in these lessons.